fifth time? It's your boy Sean coming at.
Hello, welcome back, Wikimaniacs. It's been a while, but not that long for you, I guess. It's been a long time for me. So if you've missed the anxiety intro, Sean, he's back. Holy moly. How do we do this again? We take 1 week off. I forget everything.
I took 2 weeks off, I think. So I'm even more rusty than you are.
Oh, no. All right. Well, welcome, Wikimaniacs, to Reddit on Wiki. It's your boy, Sean. With me today is the sweet prince, Josh. Say hi.
Hi, back from Greece. I made it, everyone that was worried. I appreciate the comments.
And then go ahead and give Josh a sweet Instagram follow if you want to see what we've been promising on the Patreon for almost a year at this point. He just gave it away for free on his IG.
Yeah.
So just go ahead and give that a follow. It's everything you imagined and somehow more.
Well, you know how Instagram models, if they have an OnlyFans, they promote it through their Instagram. That's kind of where I'm going with this. It's the build up to the OnlyFans, I believe.
I like it.
Yeah. So keep an eye out for 2023.
But as you know, as good as it is to have Josh back, we are still not complete. John is on vacation.
Yeah.
He's cruising it up in the Alaskan area. I don't know where exactly.
I had no fucking clue he was doing that.
Yeah, I thought he was going back to the Philippines. I didn't know he was doing a whole cruise. I'm happy.
Yeah.
That seems like a happier, occasion.
He
So
needed it for
it's
sure.
an actual vacation this time. So yeah, I'm excited for him. He looks like he said last night the waiter on the cruise asked him if he wanted to try everything on the menu.
And he said yes.
Without a doubt, he said yes. So
Yeah.
he seems like he's having a good time. We're happy he's relaxing.
Absolutely. He needed it for sure. And so he can take all the time he needs on that
For
cruise.
sure. But I think maybe next week we should be
I think
all
so, yeah.
together. I think
Yeah.
we're going to have this episode on Friday, but then next Monday, fully
The boys are
reunited.
back.
The boys are back in town. The boys are back in town.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
You've been practicing your singing on the break.
Yeah, that's what I decided to do with my time. Still
Nice.
not good, but better. I don't know.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, I think the Monday, John, I think wants to do like a catch-up episode since it's been like a month and a half since I've talked to John, like face to face. We message obviously pretty regularly, but so if you want to hear us catch up about our vacation and our break, that'll be next Monday. I think we're gonna do. And if you don't want to hear about our lives, just skip it. Go to Friday.
Yeah, we'll have your regular "Am I the Asshole" stuff on Friday. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Mondays are kind of free. We could do whatever we want. So
Yeah,
ish.
we go rogue on Mondays.
We need to tell Alex not to write anything for that date, or we
True.
could just throw it in at the end. I don't
we
know
could
if she
just throw
already
it
wrote
in too.
But yeah, let me get into today's menu, and then before we hop into the stories, Josh will give us some funny comments or some plugs or something like that. Something
Sure.
that Josh usually does. But on today's menu, we're gonna do just 3 stories because one has 4 updates.
Holy.
Yeah, so technically like 6 stories if you think
Oh
about
my
it.
goodness.
Yeah, it's a doozy. So coming up first with the mega update on update, coming from the subreddit Malicious Compliance from the Wikimaniac Outrageous Nose 9675. We have my wife lied to the police about my stepdaughter.
Oh. That
Yeah.
sounds awful.
A doozy.
Okay.
And then coming from the subreddit True Off My Chest, coming from Wikimaniac Disrupting _Nirvana, we have boyfriend broke up because I didn't get along with his female best friend.
Oh. Okay.
And the last story is from the subreddit TIFU, or Today I Fucked Up. And we have, this one isn't from a Wikimaniac. I just found this one, thought it was good.
Ooh.
Today I fucked up by narrating to HR a search through my bag of toys.
Oh no. Oh no.
So
this is giving
before
me the butt plug in the office story vibe.
it's big time butt plug in the office vibes for sure.
Okay. Well, can't wait for that.
But before we get into it, are there any cool Wikimaniac interactions that you have for us today?
Yeah. So I mean, we've had a ton of stuff. I I regrettably glanced at the Instagram, like our what would you call them, messages? Because John usually fields them, but he's been off for a bit, and there is so many. I quickly clicked off. I was like, I can't do it. It gave me so much anxiety.
I had to log out of that one because
I was like, John's gonna have so much to respond to when he gets back. So I noped out of there. But I do have a few things. So one comment we got, and I cannot find it for the life of me.
Do you want me to help look?
No, it's okay. Give me 2 seconds. Oh, here it is. Okay. So if you remember, Sean, you and I did an episode. Oh, hi.
She doesn't want to.
Kara, Sean's cat, is making an appearance.
Oh, but here, check this out. Bunny tail on my cat.
She's so cute.
She's not having it. You can see her tail there.
Oh,
there it goes.
So you'll recall, Sean, you and I did an episode. As we're recording, it came out this week, but it was like 3 weeks ago. Now that when this episode comes out, where we talked about the man who accidentally brought home his wife's stalker / sexual assault partner.
Yes.
Or sexual assault.
Ter,
not partner. My bad. Yeah. So we had a comment from, I believe it's Eileen Falconberry from on YouTube, and they brought up a very, very good point, and they said, "Hey, I love your content, but can you please add trigger warnings? I was listening, but I had to stop because of the second story. It hit very close to home, and I'm having PTSD flashbacks." So I responded, obviously, like, going forward, we apologize for that if we did trigger anyone. We didn't really think about that. We should have definitely put it in a trigger warning, and we've all talked about it. And going forward, we're going to make a concerted effort. If we do talk about sexual assault or anything of that nature, we're just gonna, before the story, we'll just say, hey, this contains this. If you want to skip it, skip it. If you don't want to listen to the rest of the episode, no harm done. You can absolutely hop out. That's fair enough. Because we never want to trigger our listeners, and we never want to put them through something they're uncomfortable listening to. So going forward, that's something we will try and make a better effort to bring attention to and avoid in the future.
Yeah, because ultimately we make this podcast for you guys. Yes, we like talking and, like, catching up and being friends, but, like, we could talk about literally anything and have fun. So the content we choose is because we found that this is something that you guys enjoy. So of course, if there's something that is super off-putting, or suggestions like a trigger warning are great. Absolutely. It helps us make sure that we're providing content that you guys still enjoy. So. Yeah, that's a huge oversight on my part. That was a story I chose, so I apologize.
It's all good. It could have easily been any of us, and we just would have, not thought about it, just because we've never.
But yeah,
we've
it's
never
just
had
an
that.
oversight.
But
no one's ever said it, and we just missed the mark on that one.
Yeah, but, so we apologize.
Of course,
to
we
anyone.
apologize. We're never like the three of us. I think I could speak for all three of us. We're never gonna be like too big to apologize for things that we oversee.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my bad. And like Josh said, it could have happened to anybody, but it was my story. So I'll take personal blame for not thinking ahead on that one. But going forward, for sure, we're gonna make an effort to anything that is possibly triggering, especially SA things like that.
Yeah.
For sure, we're gonna do our best to do a trigger warning.
Perfect. Yeah. So I just wanted to bring that up so that we can, so you can keep us accountable going forward with that. So another YouTube comment that I wanted to hit on before John gets back is from Alexandria Pual. I think that's how you pronounce it. But they commented, said, "I freaking love this podcast. John, Sean, Josh, you are hilarious. I love when Sienna is on too. Your takes on the topics are always on point, and Sienna adds the spice, which is hilarious because she hates spice. But can't believe I'm just finding your videos. The channel definitely deserves way more subscribers. Keep making more content, please. John is definitely my favorite, but you're all great." So I wanted to do that one before John got on, so his head didn't get too swollen.
You don't want him to get too cocky.
Yeah, exactly. Because he's already too cocky.
Yeah, he's too full of confidence, actually.
Yeah. I don't know how. he just exudes confidence, and I am impressed. And
the patrons who heard our episode on our week off will feel the confidence in his voice acting during the smut. I was discouraging him on all levels for the whole entire time, but he kept strong. He was for sure Oscar winning.
Oh God, yeah, he's the best actor when it comes to smut. I
might not be acting. That's why
I've missed the last two smuts, and I'm very upset about it.
Oh wow!
Because I mean, I hate doing it, but it's always fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which I think we're gonna do because we hit 100 patrons, by the way. Shout out, that's awesome. And our patron goal was doing the hot ones gauntlet, and so I've ordered the hot sauces. They're coming whenever John gets back. We're gonna do the hot ones gauntlet and answer some questions, and then a patron. Our patron Kieran recommended that maybe we should do smut while we eat hot wings. And so I think what we're going to end up doing is we're going to do questions up until the last dab. And then on the last dab wing, on the hottest wing, we're going to read smut. I think that's what we're going to do. So while it's getting hot, it's also going to be hot. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Steamy in all sorts of ways.
So, yeah, those are the comments I kind of want to hit it on. And then, yeah, I'm sure we'll have tons more.
I have one more shoddy interaction that I'm not even sure is a shoddy interaction. But
a shoddy?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I did that on Shots and Thoughts recently too.
I know, I heard that.
I opened the episode with "What's up, Wikimaniacs?" and then both of them were like, "Wow, fuck, this is the problem with hosting two podcasts."
Yeah,
it's
you got
hard.
too many nicknames.
Yeah, too many cool nicknames for our cool fans. But I don't know if this is a Wikimaniac interaction or not. But somebody has recently began Venmoing me 1 cent every single day. I don't know if I'm getting fucking trolled by a bot or if this is a Wikimaniac trolling me. Either way, it's kind of funny. I am worried about the possible tax, but I mean, it's 1 cent every day. There's no way it's going to reach that point. Yeah, so it's just a funny bit.
Like, I'm trying to even do the math of like, you'd
be like $3.56.
Yeah, exactly, for a whole year.
Yeah, so I mean, really, I guess there's nothing.
Yeah,
but it's just
hilarious.
The first time it happened, I was like, "That's weird," and then the second time, I was like, "Okay, this is a bit. It's every day. We do this every day." But yeah.
Oh yeah, shout out the name. Who is it?
Oh my God. I'm using my phone currently.
Oh,
But
okay.
I believe it's somebody
Sh-
named Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey Lucas.
I sent you a picture, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Kelsey
Kelsey.
Lucas sent you 1 cent just on this screenshot. At least 2 days.
Yeah,
So,
2 days worth. So thank you, I think. I
hilarious. I
mean, I
love
am
that.
asking people to give me money, and I never specify how much. So, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I open myself up to this.
I appreciate it. Everyone send Sean 1 cent.
Jesus Christ. All right, let's get into the first one, and it's a meaty one.
Ooh.
Okay. So, this is from the subreddit Malicious Intent from the Wikimaniac Outrageous Nose 9675. Here we go. This is a long one, so feel free to stop me at any point.
Okay.
2 days ago, my
Stop.
son.
No.
Okay, yes.
2 days ago? No, I'm kidding. Go ahead. I'm just fucking with you.
2 days ago, my son, 17, let's call him Jay, came to my job upset and crying. He told me that my stepdaughter, 19 years old, let's call her Kay, came home with a ton of new things. And when he checked his room, the money that he had been saving for a while was gone. Kay doesn't have a job, and when she does, she spends it. Kay doesn't have a job, and when she does have money, she spends it like it'll burn a hole in her pocket. My boss let me come home early, and I went home to ask Kay who took her shopping. Kay told me she used her own money. I told her to tell me the truth, and she told me to, quote, mind my own business, end quote. Jay has been working at Papa Murphy's and has been saving all his money. He was saving the money to surprise the dad of his friend who passed away for his first birthday without his friend. His friends have also given money to load onto his card to pay at the pump. I don't know what that means. It's
well, that means
what that
like
has to do with the
gas,
story.
but I don't
Forget
understand
that.
what that
That doesn't come back up.
with the story.
Anyway,
yeah.
it's the weekend, and they were going to treat their friend's dad. Most kids would be saving up for their first car or cool clothes, but he just wanted to be there for his friend's dad. Instead of arguing back and forth with Kay, I
Okay.
checked the camera that we have that is usually used to check on the dogs. It only caught her legs, but it did catch her walking into Jay's room. The rule in my house is that we don't go into each other's rooms as it's a mutual respect for each other's privacy. I told Kay that she was caught and that she needed to get everything and return it all. Kay started throwing every excuse. Quote, I had saved this money for months. Quote, how do you even know that those legs are mine? Quote, somebody must have broken in. Her mom / my wife came home. My wife
My wife.
came home and burst into and Kay burst into tears, saying that we were ganging up on her. I showed my wife the video and what happened. Kay ended up saying, well, why does he get to have all the money anyways? And I said, it's his money. He worked for it.
What?
I told my wife that she needed to make Kay return everything. She said no, that would be so embarrassing for her to return all that. And that when Kay got a job, she would just repay Jay.
What?
I said, yeah. I said it'll be more embarrassing when she gets arrested for stealing
that's a
$400.
wild take. Okay, well, that's a little far, but threatening to be arrested
is a little much, yeah.
Is a
We
little
argue,
much.
and I tell my wife that Kay broke a non-negotiable rule as well as the law by stealing. She is 19 years old, she does not pay rent, and she needs to leave. My wife says, now every time I say my wife, sorry. My wife says, if you kick her out, I'm going to. So I asked if she was willing to replace the money stolen, as we have separate bank accounts. force Kay to return everything, or she could give me half of the rent early. We split all bills in order to repay Jay. She says no. They then pack a few bags and leave. I was not going to rip the bags of stuff out of her hands because I don't think getting physical would have been the smartest thing to do.
Yeah, that's never the smart thing to do. Good
Before you
call.
make me out to be an asshole, though, I do not have enough money for him to still go. I can only replace the small amount back to his friends, but that is not enough to make the trip. He went to bed without eating and has been crushed. I posted here on the. Oh, this must have originally been an "Am I the asshole?" I'm so sorry. I posted on this.
fuck?
I posted on this sub and was flooded with
dare
people
you.
telling me that I should call the police. So this morning, that is what I did. The solution was that the officer would call my wife to bring Kay to the station to talk, or she could return the items and pay Jay back. Sort of a scare tactic because I was told that it's a civil matter. My wife straight up fucking lied to the police and said that she gave the money to Kay. Since I don't have any actual proof of Jay's money, no proof other than her walking into his room, nothing can be done. I am livid. I literally watched Jay get his heart broken at the police station. Through his tears, he said, quote, "How could they do this to me? What was this all for? I just wanted to support my friend's dad," end quote. Jay is my son from a previous relationship, and I had to lecture him on not keeping large amounts of cash in his room. But it's his room. He didn't think it would get stolen. My wife and Kay have support from friends and family, and this won't affect them as much as it is affecting us. So that's the end of the first part. But then there are
That's the story.
3 more updates.
Okay. I feel awful for Jay. Holy shit. I mean, the dad is right. You probably shouldn't keep all your money just in your room, but I mean,
Yeah.
because anyone could break in and just steal it, right? Not necessarily your family members. So a bank account's probably better. Not that I'm blaming him at all. He has absolutely every right to his money, and they should have given it back. I would have just, I don't know, like if the wife and daughter moved out, I just sold some of their stuff and paid for the trip. And I think that's why it was the whatever, the paying for gas. I think it was because they were going on a trip. It sounded like. So that's why that probably came up. Yeah, I mean, it's tough because you don't really have hard evidence, so it's not like you can take them to civil court and win, probably. So you're kind of screwed. But Jesus, that is a wild. I don't know. A lot of these stories we talk about, it's like, how did you get into relationships with these people?
Yeah, like
and
how
not realize that they're like this?
like how do you get this far, marry somebody and just have zero, seems like zero communication skills, or maybe they didn't really talk about like boundaries or like with each other's kids and things like that. I don't know. I mean, we've never been there.
Yeah.
We don't have kids and
no.
true.
Well, but we've been in relationships and we understand that like Nancy's not just gonna start screaming at you tomorrow for no reason, right? Like, who she is and you know how she is in a relationship, and so you know what to expect when conflict arises. You know how she's gonna respond, how she knows how you're gonna respond, and you come to a solution where this is just
I think it would take longer than just one argument to be like, well, fuck it, we're moving out, we're splitting, like, boom,
15 minutes at home. Oh, okay, we're gone. Jeez. And like, I get it, it's her daughter, and so like she's probably programmed to defend her daughter, but I don't know. That's like a situation where it's like, okay, like based on it, like you should probably just try and figure it
Yeah.
out and not
I
just
don't want to
immediately
blame the
leave.
dad, but I do think,
Pretty wild.
of course, this is outside looking in, but I feel like, in that situation, if he got home early from work, he should have just, comforted his son, talked to his son, and then wait till the wife gets back. Talk to the wife first before going in on the stepdaughter, because then,
Yeah,
of course, that's going to activate, a mom's fight. You know what I mean?
100%. Yeah, you're right. They should have had a private conversation, gotten on the same page, and then went to the daughter
Yeah.
privately.
Well,
Maybe not with
emotions
the
are
son,
so high.
Exactly. Yeah, and tried to figure it out more civilly, I guess, less argumentative. Yeah, you're right on that. He could have definitely taken it better, but I guess you're kind of just taking off. You're taking out a like you're. I don't know. You never expect that, I guess, and so he's probably just like, oh, I don't know what to do. Maybe I can solve this before my wife gets home. Maybe, but
It's always tough with I don't have stepchildren or a step parent relationship or children in general.
or
But
children.
it seems tough just from the stories we've heard and then from Wikimaniacs telling us about as the child you get to choose, if they're actually your parent or not. You know what I mean? Like they could treat you however you want, but it's
Right.
up to you. And that's something we've learned, or at least, I didn't know that prior to hosting this podcast. I just thought, yeah, you're married, everyone's parents, kids, that's,
Yeah.
it's hard to discipline a stepchild, your stepkid without your, their biological parent. Like it would be hard to just go in and then you can't treat her
Yeah.
exactly like you would treat your biological child. It's, especially, I don't know how new the relationship is, but I feel like always you want to have the biological parent
So
there, just so I don't know. It's always tricky because some people are like, yeah, my stepdad is my dad,
My
but it's hard,
my issue with this is like I get it. Like, yeah, stepkids can
Mhm.
choose whether their step parent is their actual parent, but that's like, you know, 18 and under. I
True.
consider that she's 19.
True.
She's an adult. You know what I mean? She's not a kid, so it's not your step kid. It's your step adult, and that's a whole other situation where it's like, okay, you are an adult, you're a human being,
Yeah.
fucking act your age, stop stealing from a kid. You know what I mean? Like, Jesus Christ. So I think that's a whole different situation where it's like, yeah, you don't have to see him as your father, but you're living in their house
True.
as an adult. Like, have some respect and decency. You don't have to, and it's not like he's literally asking you not to steal
it's a pretty
from his
simple
son.
task.
It's a
Yeah.
I would call that the bare minimum, but that's below the
This
bare
is
minimum.
human decency.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's just it's a literal crime. He
Yeah,
did say
he
it was a
did call the
literal crime,
cops,
and he's
and
right.
It did not work out in his favor, though.
He did call the cops, which I don't know if I would have done that, but you know what? I don't know. I don't
True.
know if he would have got the money back either
All right,
way.
here we
So
go.
it doesn't matter. All right, let's hear the updates, Sean. Let's hear the updates.
first update. Here we go. This weekend, my wife showed back up with a sheriff's escort. She came armed with receipts showing that she bought the furniture in our rental and that she needed to take everything. I tried explaining I gave her cash for some of the items, but guess what? Just like with Jay, cash does not have a trail.
Yeah.
Her family helped her move everything in under an hour. With how quick this has happened, the cynic in me thinks that my wife had this planned well before this happened. My wife contacted the landlord and paid a lot of money to break the lease, almost double the amount that Kay stole, but of course she did not offer to repay Jay.
What the fuck?
After everything left and my landlord called, I had a mini breakdown. Everything was moving faster than I could comprehend, and honestly, it felt like I was watching a movie. Jay came up to me and said, quote, "I'm so sorry that you lost everything because of me. And it's not a big deal. I'll tell mom
Jeez.
that it's okay that Kay needed the money more than me, end quote. And that's all I needed to snap out of it. I told him he is my everything, not her, not the house, not the furniture, not the food that was in the fridge. Yes, that's super cheesy, but there's nothing that my wife can do, say, or give me to make me overlook or be okay with what they have done to him. I asked him, quote, are you going to be comfortable around them? What about when you are gone? I don't want you to worry about what they will steal or what Kay will steal next, end quote. My wife made a choice when the police officer asked her about Kay, and she chose to defend and protect her daughter, just like I am doing by choosing to protect my son. If Jay isn't comfortable, then I am not comfortable. And I told him that. The people in my life have been slamming me online, saying things like, quote, I'm so uncomfortable that he would choose his son over his wife. Or, quote, his son is almost an adult. It's time to grow up and be a man, end quote.
Jesus.
Doesn't matter what age I am, I will always protect Jay. I blocked everyone that had anything negative to say online. Yes, he is an adult, but that doesn't mean that it's okay to steal from him. Having a crime or something bad happening to you isn't a rite of passage to be an adult.
Yeah,
He is
way to
a
blade in the victim comment section,
Yeah.
fuckers. Holy.
assholes. He is a responsible, hardworking, honest, kind, quote, almost man, but he is also my son. He is the same 8-year-old that used to run with me every day after work with a huge smile with a huge smile like I hung the moon. I cannot afford to pay the full rent, so luckily my landlord has agreed to let us leave by the 1st. The only place we have to go is my mom's, who lives across the state. This means I have to pull Jay out of his last year of high school and transfer him. I have to sell what little we have left here, and that might include selling Jay's beater car, but the silver lining is Jay and I can transfer locations for work. Uh, my mom has always been more of a mother to Jay than my wife. Moms are
That's
healing at any age.
that's telling. Jesus.
Yeah, that's not a good sign.
No.
I'm not saying that I'm not devastated and that I'm not suffering emotional whiplash. And I'm not saying that the things that are being said about me in real life aren't affecting me, because they are. But my son needs me. He's still grieving his friend. He is missing his senior year of high school with the friends that he has left. And I'm not the kind of parent to say, because I said so, or we are moving and you don't get a choice or opinion. Quote, that isn't me. Edit, please stay civil in the comments. I don't want please stay civil in the comments. The furniture she took was bought before we were married, except for the couch and TV. We split all the bills. We were only married for 2 years. She is an accountant and saves every single receipt.
Mm. Oh man. I mean, I don't know. A lot of that was a lot of background stuff that I don't know if it contributed to the story, but
Yeah, sorry.
no, that's all good. I mean, there's always stuff like that, but yeah, I feel really bad for the kid because like he's obviously gonna, I mean, not rightfully, but he's gonna blame himself for all of this, and that's tough. But yeah, it does definitely sound like the wife just needed any reason to get out of there, and she took the first reason she could. And I want her family to come help me move if I ever move. They did it in an hour. That's super quick.
Swift.
I've never
good
moved
movers.
in an hour. Jesus. Yeah. I don't know if I have any other insight into what was just said so far. It's unfortunate that you have to move, but at least you have a place to go.
Yeah. All right, we got 2 more updates. I'll speed run through them.
All right.
I think it's
hopefully they're
just-
less detailed.
I'll skim.
Okay.
Today, I went to fill up my car with my emergency credit card. My card was declined. I called customer service thinking that it was denied as a security precaution because I hadn't used it in months. It's truly an emergency card. But since I have $9 to my name right now, I had to use it. Holy moly.
Jeez.
The rep tells me that it was denied because it's maxed out. And if I want to use it, I would have to make a payment. My card was used at, quote, Sephora the same day that Kay stole Jay's money. So she spent
Oh.
my $500 on the emergency credit card and Jay's $400 cash on makeup.
Holy. Well, there's your paper trail.
Yeah. I asked the rep why I wasn't called because it was a suspicious charge, and I was told that they tried. I found out that the number on my account was my wife's. There was an online account for my card that I did not create. I have kept my wife and I's finances separate. She was not on my card. I reported the fraud with the rep, but won't get the money back until after an investigation.
Jesus.
I went to Sephora and pretended I was buying my daughter something, but wasn't sure what she liked. So after a few questions, they pulled up her beauty insider info. She is a, quote, rogue, whatever the fuck that means. I asked what the return policy was, and then I left.
Why do they make them the stupidest fucking names? They're like, every reward is like, it's just like, just do level 1, level 2, level 3.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking, I'm rogue level. What does that mean?
It's like Starbucks sizes.
Yeah.
You know, like, why did we do that?
Yeah, just medium, large.
And why is everything large but a large?
True. That is true. That is true.
Tall, grande, venti. Okay. Anyways, moving on.
It's all large in Italian.
I now have to go through some of our stuff and find things to pawn just to get gas to make it to my mom's. But Jay will have to come with me because I can't afford to make a second trip back. Meaning he's no homecoming dance with his friends because a sociopath can't keep her hands off of other people's money. I put my wallet on top of the fridge the minute I walk in the door. I still have the physical card. Okay, we can edit that out. Sorry. Since we are married, is she allowed to use my card or let my daughter use it without my permission? When I went to the police station for Jay's money, I was told that it was a civil matter. The solution was that the officer called my wife to bring Kay to the station to talk. Okay, sorry. That's a repeat. Wikimaniacs, this man has posted in Am I the Asshole, True Off My Chest, Legal Advice, and Malicious Compliance, all for different things. So he copies and pastes a lot of the stories over again.
I guess because that audience hasn't heard the story. So
yeah, I guess so.
This is wild.
Okay,
yeah.
So the last update in Malicious Compliance, which I thought this was all originally from before now. Around 8 a.m., I started receiving a ton of texts from my stepdaughter. I thought it was an emergency, that someone had died or something serious, because I can't recall the last time that she was awake before noon. Boom, roasted.
Got her.
Got her. She was telling me that she had a package that was delivered today to the house. She asked me to contact the landlord to pick it up because when she tried, the landlord wouldn't give it to her. Help her get a package that she stole my credit card to buy. I don't think so.
Jesus.
Today was my last day at my job before I transferred 6 hours away to crash on my mom's couch because she stole from my son and I, leading to me getting a divorce with her mom. Text after text, damn near demanding that I do it right away. After work, I went and got it. It had my name on it. She put it in my name to avoid it getting flagged by my credit card company.
That's your mail then. Open her up.
Yeah, open it up. It was a partial order from when she went on the shopping spree. The items had been back ordered. It was a box of makeup from Sephora. I opened it again, since it was in my name, and it was $200 for 4 little things. There was also a ton of little sample products.
Jesus.
So I took a picture of it and sent it to her. She started thanking me and how I saved her night out because she ran out of foundation. She was talking to me like I was her buddy, all excited. My jaw literally dropped at the audacity she had. She had ruined my son's senior year of high school, and she thought I was going to help her so she can go for a night out with her friends. She didn't respond to my son when he tried begging for his money back, but she had the nerve to ask me to help her. So I took it to Sephora to get a refund, but because the card that was used to purchase was frozen or closed, I couldn't get cash. The girl working said that she could return it for store credit to Kay's account. Absolutely the fuck not. So I took it to an organization that helps women get ready for job interviews so that they can get back on their feet. I texted her saying that they would say thank you and that it would make a huge difference since donations were low. She lost her shit, cursing me out for giving away her stuff even though I paid for it, and how she was going to call the police if I didn't get it back within an hour, saying that she was going to get it back, saying that she needed to get it back and that I ruined her night because now she doesn't have foundation. And how dare I think it's okay to do this to her?
Jesus.
The last and only response I gave was, I would probably avoid the police right now, especially since mommy is out of town for work. Who would bail you out? I got her package that I didn't even know about, which ended up adding more fuel to my fraud case. I do have this on another subreddit, but since finding this one, I think it fits better.
Okay. I mean, I think I could have just gone with the first part of the story and been just as angry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess this is some comeuppance, but at the end of the day, you're still
it's
broke and
not.
having to move. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little win, but this girl really fucked up your whole life, sort of.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
I mean, yeah, I wish all the worst towards her, but I did that at the beginning anyway. So, yeah, I mean, I guess if writing Reddit threads gives you some sort of cathartic feeling, and you can get some good like information out of the legal one,
Comments
then
and stuff.
you know what? More power to you. Yeah, I feel bad because it all started with this kid trying to do something good for his father, or his friend's father, who's had passed away or whatever. Yeah, that sucked. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not the asshole, since that was the first thing you posted.
Yeah, you're safe.
Yeah. Holy.
There is another additional update, but it says my wife has moved out of her parents and is now staying with a coworker. I believe that she may have been having an affair with this coworker the entire time, which is why everything has moved so fast.
Well,
I don't know if that's true or not, her intentions, or if she was actually having an affair, but it would explain how she was so quick to get out of there.
Yeah. I mean, even if it wasn't an affair, it's already fucked up. If it was an affair, doubly fucked up. Also, her stepdaughter, or her daughter, is fucked up.
Might be the devil. I don't know.
She might literally be the devil.
Or just an idiot. I can't tell. But kind of smart, because she found a way to use the emergency credit card and
I don't know,
get her mom's name. I don't know. Conniving.
Either way, both of them need to
get therapy.
Yeah.
There we go.
I got the button on my Roadcaster now. We're in business for fall.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
All right. I got one more story before we go to a break. This one is from the subreddit True Off My Chest from Wikimaniac. Disrupting_Nirvana. Boyfriend broke up because I didn't get along with his female best friend.
Okay.
Here we go. I, 28 female, had been dating a guy exclusively, 29 male, for 2 months. He said he loved me after the first month. He had a great sense of humor, and we come from the same city. We clicked on the first date.
That's
and had
all
a
you
great,
need.
Yeah. The bar is so low for men.
It's on the
We clicked on the first date and had a great connection. He was very loving, caring, and romantic. I felt like I was living my dream. He had told about me to his mom, sister, and friends, which is a huge deal in India.
Nice.
I have not met his friends or family yet because I was not ready for that at the time. He had never
Yeah,
been in a.
I mean, 2 months is pretty quick. That's fair.
Yeah, 2 months is quick. He had never been in a long-term relationship before, so he had a few friends who happened to be girls for emotional support. I didn't.
I mean, friends that are girls can be more than just emotional support. I think I think that's a box you shouldn't put them in.
Yeah, you
know
can just
what I mean?
have friends that are girls.
Oh,
and that's
the
fine.
only girls who are friends are only emotional support, Sean. You don't understand. They can't be anything else.
Oh, I learn something new every day hosting this.
That was sarcasm, if anyone didn't understand. I'm kidding. But yeah, that's a weird comment, just off the bat.
Yeah, I will say going forward, she says a lot of things that I don't agree with, but that's a little teaser for the rest of this.
We'll cross those bridges when we get to them.
When we get there. But I didn't see that as a warning sign at first because I have my own set of guy best friends. But last week, his girl best friend, 30-year-old female, came to surprise him from another city to meet him for their friendiversary.
That's
I
weird.
found it really odd that she came by surprise to stay for 4 days overnight at his house without thinking that I could have plans with him. She asked that he cancel all of his plans and spend all 4 days with her. It's
Okay,
not
that's
new.
weird.
Yeah. I mean, I
Like
guess
even if it was a guy best friend, that would be weird.
Yeah, cancel all your shit.
Like now I'm thinking, like, I'm late. We're, you and I late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah.
That would be a weird thing. Even if Chris or Ryan showed up to your house and was like, 4 days, cancel all your plans, we're hanging out. Like, that would be a weird thing, right? You need to plan that shit a year in advance.
Yeah.
Oh God. So weird off the bat. I'll agree with her on that.
Yeah. So it's not new that his friends stayed at his house, but I found this particular scenario kind of odd. Also, I was upset that he did cancel all of our plans. I told him that I was not comfortable with her staying there, which he didn't understand. He thought that I was being unreasonable. I asked him if we could at least meet for lunch and that I would like to meet her to talk, but he was so scared to disappoint his best friend, and he said he didn't want to meet with me while she was here.
Ooh, red flag.
Yeah, sketch. I lost my cool on Sunday and asked him to meet me or else I would leave the relationship. He met me and I asked him straight up if something was going on between the two of them. He got very upset and said it's just platonic. I talked to him about boundaries and told him that I'm not really comfortable with his female friends staying over at his house overnight unless it's an emergency. He accepted after much deliberation and that he will not allow overnight stays anymore. We spent the night together and we kissed for the very first time. And that is when all hell broke loose.
Oh, no.
2 months, no kissing. Kudos to you guys.
I mean, maybe it's a cultural thing. Who knows?
Oh, that's true. That's true. He uttered her. Oh, forgot about this part. This is when all hell broke loose. He uttered her name while he was kissing me.
Weird to utter a name while kissing.
Yeah, unless it's like a moan and you're thinking it's leading to other stuff. I don't know.
But that's like during sex, wouldn't that be?
I guess, foreplay is it's the beginning of that.
I find it weird. I would like to state my weirdness.
Yeah, you're allowed to believe that. Yeah, for sure.
kissing. You're not supposed to say anything while kissing. It's because you're doing stuff with your lips.
Yeah, I imagine it's kissing and then being like, oh, blank name, and then going back in for another kiss, maybe. But yeah, if you're lip
You have to
locked
think
trying to
about
say a
that
name,
shit, though. I don't know.
That's
I
true.
think because like during sex, it's like a primal thing where your lips are free because you're having sex. I mean, unless you're
Yeah.
kissing during sex, but if you're, you know what I mean. And so it's more more understandable to mutter a name or like utter a name during sex than it is kissing, I think.
guys, I want Wikimaniacs. I want you to rewind that whole thing to where Josh is talking about what you do and do not do during sex, and then go to his Instagram, open up his shirtless picture, and then just let that do some stuff for you.
Oh God, I'm a private Instagram, so I have to approve the follows.
Damn. All right, guys, if you want to see that photo, you know my Venmo.
All it costs is 1 cent, apparently.
No, not 1 cent, guys. I'll say that right now. All right, back to the story. I got very upset and asked him if something was going on. He said, no, it's just platonic. He just felt really guilty leaving her alone and being with me because she wanted to spend time with him. So she was on his mind. So that's why he said her name.
No.
No. I don't think so.
I think 2 months you can find another funny guy in your city. That's
Yeah.
I think you can leave. That's too weird, I think.
Yeah. I felt betrayed because he didn't know how to prioritize our relationship. He was feeling so much guilt for leaving her alone at his house that I thought maybe he did have feelings for her and they were not compatible, and that we were not compatible. I conveyed how I felt when he uttered the wrong name, but he was unable to process it. He said he will distance himself from her, which I felt was a good decision. They used to talk every day for hours before I came into his life. It was like he was emotionally involved with her and I was competing for his attention. I was willing to give him another chance, though. The next day, he told her to stay at another friend's house, saying that what happened between us the night before. She got very upset that he didn't spend Sunday with her and told him that I was overreacting and controlling him and that I didn't trust their friendship, which was 4 years, versus his relationship with me, which was only 2 months. He felt guilty again and cried to me that she left after a big fight. I consoled him, but couldn't find a reason why this affected him so much.
This is the weirdest fucking story. have none of these people been in a relationship?
Yeah, it's so weird.
This is weird.
I felt that it was a true friend. If she was a true friend to him, that she would have given us some space to resolve our conflicts. But instead, she guilt tripped him and called his mom and sister, telling them that he was behaving this way. They didn't know the full story, so initially they supported her. I eventually got to talk to his sister about the incident, and she supported me after that. The very next morning, the girl best friend sent him a text message asking him to meet her at the airport, which he showed to me. I got so pissed that I told him to go if he wants. He said that he won't and blocked her, telling her that he can't talk to her anymore because I was upset. I was really happy that he understood my feelings, and I feel like he doesn't understand your feelings because he put the blame on you when he said the text.
He said I can't go because you're upset, not because like he just blamed you instead of being like, no, I want to put my relationship before you. Like his reason wasn't the proper reason.
No, not at all.
It's never been the proper reason. All of these reasons, like every situation that's come up, it's always been the wrong reason.
It's just been red flag after red flag, and she's like, I think he's finally getting me.
No. He's just doing what he thinks he's supposed to be doing, but I don't think he understands why he's supposed to be doing these things.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Anyways.
Was that it?
No.
Oh my God.
That afternoon, he called me crying and told me that she had sent him an email about their friendship and how he insulted their friendship by doing all of these things and setting these boundaries. He said he felt really guilty and kept on asking me if he could talk to her again. I was devastated. I told him he could do whatever he wants. It's his choice. He then got a panic attack and I got scared. I wanted to make sure he was okay, so I told him to go get therapy. Get therapy.
Let's
There it
go.
is. And I gave him my therapist's number. He went to therapy, but still couldn't get rid of his guilt.
I mean, it's going to take more than one session.
Than
if
one
that's what you
session of
thought.
therapy.
Yeah.
Yeah. He wanted to meet me the next day. I knew something was not okay. He said he can't stay away from his friend because she had been such a big part of his life. So if I'm not okay with him talking to her and sharing things, he said that we have to break up. I was heartbroken. I rethought this entire thing, and after a day, I said, I am okay with her meeting occasionally, but not talking every single day. I wanted
What?
him to only be emotionally intimate only with me, which I feel is not that unreasonable. I also
This is
offered
wild.
yes.
Why he has to break up like for another person, and you're like, okay, I'll accommodate your needs. I mean, I get like if she was like, I don't ever want you to see her ever again.
Yeah.
But she would be in the right with what's happened so far to say that.
True.
Because it seems like she's a girlfriend or an ex, or you know what I mean? Like it's more than just a friend by every metric. And like I have friends who are girls, and like I've never in my life would I be like, oh, we're talking every day, all day. Like,
yeah. I don't
that's
talk to
weird.
my guy friends every day, all
No.
day. I mean,
I ignore them.
I probably talk to everybody, not everybody, but some people almost every day or things like that. But it's not all day. It's like a text,
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, what's up? Like, where we hanging out later or whatever. Like,
or I'll just send like a TikTok, like, oh, that shit was funny. Oh, that's cool.
And-
stuff like that.
and I would never, no matter how guilty I felt about leaving my friend, would I moan their name while I was making out with my significant other
For the first time.
for the
first
fucking
time. Oh no, no,
Oh
no,
my
no,
God, this is the wildest story.
no. Okay. Almost there. Finishing it up.
Oh my God.
I also offered to talk to her so that we could build a relationship and see if we could get along. So she came on a video call and we had a small talk, which was very awkward. I was talking normally, but she didn't talk much to me at all. After that, he said he needed to take a break from us in order to think about the entire thing, and I agreed. The very next day,
Okay.
he met up with me and he broke up with me, saying that he has to choose his friendship over our relationship.
Wait, so this is the third time they've broken up?
I guess so. They are on it. They're Ross and Racheling this.
They were like us last week. We're on a break.
Yeah. And he told us it's because he doesn't feel anything for me anymore and that our relationship will not work. I was not able to understand how he could change his mind so quickly. Last week, we were in love, and this week, he broke up with me. I am so confused.
Are you the asshole? No.
Yeah. Was I unreasonable to ask some space for our relationship and expect him to prioritize me? My gut instincts tell me that she was into him, and he might have been into her without knowing. I don't think this is the way normal best friends behave. Was I wrong to point that out?
Does she not have a best friend? Because that's not how best friends behave. I mean, you were wrong to try and stay in that for as long as you tried, but you weren't wrong to want like her to respect your relationship.
Yeah.
And for him to respect your relationship, because he never did in any of that
At
story
any
that I
point.
heard.
Yeah.
No, I think you dodged a bullet. 2 months is nothing compared to, a life of trying to fight for his love and attention. So I don't know why they just don't date. I don't understand. They should, because it
Yeah, it
sounds
sounds
like
like
they
that's what they both want.
already have been doing that. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what exactly to pull out of that story, other than I'm glad they're not in a relationship anymore.
Yeah.
Because that was the most toxic thing I've heard of since before my break.
So I teased a little bit earlier that like some things I didn't agree with her. So I think where
I didn't agree with a lot.
yeah, I think one of the major things I disagree with is like it's okay to set boundaries for sure, but
Yeah.
like I think ultimatums in any relationship, you know, will not. I just don't think ultimatums in general are that great.
Yeah,
Like,
because you want the person you're with to want to change if they need to. And so it's
yeah,
not like if they're doing something, and I mean, this is beyond what the scope of what we're talking about. He was way beyond being changeable, I guess. But I don't know. Your partner should want to change for your relationship. You shouldn't have to ever get to the point where you're like, okay, you have to do this or else we're
yeah. She
breaking
was
up.
like pulling teeth
Yeah.
just to get him to like prioritize them. Like,
Yeah.
for sure. You're not wrong for wanting to, be prioritized over friends. Like that's a normal thing. Two, I agree with you. It's weird every day for hours.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think that's a normal platonic thing. I think there's some emotions in there for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like you. I'm glad she's out, but I do, I don't know if you're a listener. You didn't submit this. A Wikimaniac did. But my
Yeah.
advice to you would be like, don't try so hard to make things work. If
Yeah.
it's this difficult for someone to prioritize you, I would say they're probably just not worth it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, don't get me wrong, like in any relationship there will be, challenges, but it should be something you work towards together, not one forcing the other to do stuff, you know what I mean? It should be collaborative. Collaborative is the right word. Whereas this seemed like you were fighting each other from the jump and you did not want the same thing. So I agree with you on that. And I strongly disagree that he ever saw your point of view,
No.
like you claimed. But yeah, that is very toxic. Glad you're out, and hopefully you can find another funny guy in your city. That's the bar.
I'm sure there are plenty of funny guys in your city.
At least one or two.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's it for now. We're going to hit a little ad break. And when we get back, we'll hit one more story before going into today in Wiki history. Today in history? Do we say Wiki history? Just today in history. Okay.
Whatever.
We'll be
Wiki
back.
history.
I'm Rusty. You know what I'm talking about.
Welcome, Wikimaniacs, to Fresh Ball Fall. It's the season of pumpkin spice and making sure you or your man's crotch looks nice. That means sipping cider in a fall breeze and using Manscaped products to trim your balls with ease. That's right, today's show is brought to you by Manscaped, a company here to make sure that your foliage isn't the only thing shedding its excess leaves. Heck, even Mother Nature knows it's time to lose the excess clutter for fall. Join the 6 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped by going to manscaped.com for 20% off plus free shipping with the code Reddit. Before Manscaped came on as a sponsor, trimming was definitely a challenge. You get those nicks and bumps with the classic razor, but all that has gone away now that I use the Manscaped 4.0 trimmer. Whether you're brand new or already with us at Manscaped, you could use the crown jewel of care for your family jewels, the Platinum Package 4.0. With this glorious package, you can align your entire hygiene routine all in one swoop. Inside the 10-part Platinum Package is everything you know and love about the Performance Package, plus some shower goodies to elevate your grooming game to platinum. The Lawnmower 4.0 body trimmer and Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer feature proprietary advanced skin-safe technology to protect your delicate parts and holes. Both are waterproof so you can keep scaping even as the weather changes. In addition to shaving, you can now completely upgrade your shower routine with the Ultra Premium Body Wash and Ultra Premium 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner. You'll have your skin and hair feeling hydrated and smelling fresh. And don't forget to apply the aluminum-free Ultra Premium deodorant. And don't worry, it's not pumpkin spice. It's a cologne quality fragrance. And I do gotta say, it smells amazing. But we shouldn't save this signature scent just for our pits. Use the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant and Crop Reviver Ball Toner to make sure your go-to smell is top shelf and not sweaty balls. Manscaped even threw in 2 free gifts in their Platinum Package 4.0, the Manscaped Boxers, and the Shed Travel Bag, both specially made to hold your goodies. Get the Platinum Package this fall. These products are guaranteed to be a hit for your dangly bits. Go to manscaped.com and get 20% off and free shipping with the code Reddit. That's 20% off with free shipping at Manscaped when you use our code Reddit. Manscaped, clear out the leaves. It's your tree trunk's time to shine. Thanks, Manscaped.
And we're back. One more story. This is coming from the subreddit TIFU, meaning today I fucked up. Okay, so the
Censor
other
yourself,
two.
Sean.
Oh,
Today I
God,
fricked
today
up.
I fricked it up. But the other two were long and winding. This one I think is a little bit shorter and fun. So
Wow.
here we go.
Like John, short and fun.
Short and fun. Today I fucked up by narrating to HR a search through my bag of toys.
Let's go.
So, I live at my workplace, which is really common in my field, and my work has a really strict drug policy. We work with kids who stay on site while we live on site. So, that's 100% understandable.
What job is this?
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was like, what? Anyway.
On-site babysit. I was thinking at first I was like firefighter, and then you were like kids, and I'm like, I have no clue where this would be.
Yeah.
Like a corrections office.
It's the lab from Stranger Things.
True. There we go.
Let me start by saying that I do not do drugs, especially not anywhere near my work. I live on site for around 10 months of the year. I'm completely separate. I'm in a completely separate staff block, at least 100 meters from the nearest guest. Being a grown woman, and all I have. That's a weird
Our
sentence.
sex toys.
Yeah, essentially. Being a grown woman, I have a bag of toys along with other stuff. Now, recently, someone got sacked for smoking weed on site, and since then, any mention of drugs will get you a full room search, and this is mandated in our contract.
Where is this?
Yeah, what do you do? You're like a henchman in a supervillain.
Is this Hogwarts? Are you guys at Hogwarts?
Oh, maybe it's a boarding school. Maybe it is a boarding school.
That would make sense, I guess. But like, I don't know. I feel boarding school teachers live at home, right? I don't know.
They just live in the town that the boarding school is at.
That's what I would imagine, but
Yeah,
I don't know.
Maybe it is Hogwarts.
Anyway.
Or the Stranger Things lab. Anyways.
It's one of those two things. It can't be anything else.
So on my day off today, I get a knock on the door. It's HR and my manager. They say that they're here for a room search as someone has mentioned my name when talking about the ex-colleague. Cool. I don't have anything to hide. Until my manager pulls out a backpack from under my bed, and the conversation goes as follows. Me. You might not want to open that bag. Manager. Why? What's in it? HR. In all caps. Are we going to find something in there? Me. I mean, yeah, but it's not drugs. And I'm asking you not to open that bag for all of our sakes.
This feels illegal, what they're doing. You know what? Like, this is weird. Get over it. Like, it's just weed. Who cares?
Yes. Manager. what kind of stupid, I guess she's friends with her manager. Manager laughing. What kind of stupid shit do you got in here? HR, we need to look through everything, including this bag. So tell us now, what are we going to find? Me. If you're that determined, I can at least empty the bag for like sanitary reasons. My manager had a mix of sheer disappointment while also trying not to laugh, trying not to cry with laughter as she kind of figures out what I'm talking about. HR, as long as we see everything and you do it in front of us. Me proceeds to empty an entire backpack filled with so much shit. Like I'm sure
How many toys do you have?
I'm keeping Ann Summed in business at this point. I don't know. Is Ann Summed a sex store? I'm not sure.
I have no idea.
This 60-year-old white lady is fucking shook as I stood there pulling out all sorts of things, some of which I don't even know what the name is. At this point, it's like a minute of dead silence. So my stupid fucking brain decided to narrate the contents of the bag. Me. So here's like a dildo. It's blue. This dildo, this one's pink. This is the door
Pound 9000.
This is the door
This one
jammer.
I call Godzilla.
This one is the door jammer that I put at my door so no one can open it when I'm using this other dildo. This one is lube. I'm sure you know what lube's for. This one smells like strawberry. This toy I think is for 2 women at the same time. I'm not sure, but I got it for free with a calendar.
That's just good purchasing.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
My manager is holding back tears laughing. HR quietly saying, please just stop. I think we're done here. So that was the end of that situation, and I cannot wait for my end of year review. Fuck my fucking life.
God. Oh man. I mean, this is a wild place that you work at because this feels very like you don't have any privacy, which is weird, but also a hilarious situation. I love that.
I can't think of any other place where this would be okay. Like the search is wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. I don't know in what situation. I really do want to know what your job is.
I picture some Christian boarding school in the Midwest.
Maybe
That's what I'm picturing.
Wikimaniacs, comment what you think is the occupation of OP.
Comment what you would call your dildo.
And comment if you know what is it? What did she say? Ann Summons? Ann Summons? I don't know. I guess just comment below your favorite sex shop, and maybe we could try and get it as a sponsor.
That'd be awesome. I feel that would be perfect for our show, actually. Now
We're sex positive.
We are.
We're very upfront about not ever kink shaming, even if we don't particularly understand. So yeah. Maybe we'll try and find a sex shop as a sponsor. It would work perfectly with our MANSCAPED ads, I think.
I agree, and our smut. We could just do
the
full smut episodes sponsored by.
Oh, we could do that.
We could. There's enough smut in the world out there. We could find. We could go for years. That's what she said.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That's it for my stories. I think we're gonna get into this day in history before calling it quits. It's time to turn back the clocks, Wikimaniacs, with our segment, This Day in History. A weekly series where we take you back in time to learn more about what happened on this day throughout history. Today's date is October 10th, and we're taking a flight back about 89 years ago. Some mysteries seem to linger on for decades, almost as if they're pieces of gum at the bottom of our shoes, following us wherever we go. Sometimes they become so ingrained that we don't think about them as much as we continue to walk on through this life. No matter what, though, they are still there. This brings us to today's unsolved mystery. The October 10th, 1933 United Airlines trip 23. The flight plan seemed simple on paper. Its initial takeoff was from Newark, New Jersey, stops at Cleveland, Ohio, and Chicago, Illinois. The trip's final stop was supposed to be Oakland, California. According to an NBC5 Chicago article by Phil Rogers, the plane, which was a Boeing 247, was quite luxurious for its day. It had very comfortable and heated seats, as well as a bathroom. Unfortunately, we're not here to focus on the plane's luxury, so let's get back to the flight itself. After the plane's brief stop in Cleveland, the plane was set to take off again before 9 p.m. In referencing that same NBC article again, supposedly the pilot radioed a position report at 8:39 p.m., but afterwards, there were no further transmissions. As the plane was in the sky, an explosion took place while the craft was mid-air over Chesterton, Indiana. To elaborate further, a direct quote from Plane Crash Info website. Quote, eyewitnesses on the ground reported hearing an explosion shortly after 9 p.m. and told of seeing the plane in flames at an altitude of 1,000 feet. A second explosion followed after the plane crashed, end quote. Devastatingly, there were casualties in the explosions. Among the people included the two young pilots, 25-year-old Harold T. Tarrant, 28-year-old A.T. Ruby. With them was a 26-year-old flight attendant named Alice Schreibner, the 28-year-old Frederick Schrendorf, who was the manager of R. Cooper Jr. Inc. Chicago, which is a company that made refrigerators. Another passenger was named H.R. Warren Burris, which accounts claim was an employee of United Airlines and worked on radios. There was also 44-year-old Bill Smith of Chicago, and finally 25-year-old Dorothy M. Dwyer from Arlington, Massachusetts. I can never say that state correctly, sorry. As some may have suspected, there were no survivors in the crash. At first glance of the incident, it appeared to be a tragic accident. It was, after all, 1933, and plane crashes were a commonality. Some believed that the incident may have been caused by a fuel leak or a structural failure. Others thought it could have been a lightning strike or even a meteorite hit that caused the plane to go down in flames. Although these theories exist, another more nefarious tone came out from the woodwork. Some believed that the explosions were caused by some sort of human-made foul play. In a direct quote from the New Jersey website to expand on this suspicion further, investigators would ultimately conclude that some kind of explosive device brought down the plane, the first airline bombing in history. But who was responsible and why? More than 320 pages of microfilmed FBI reports, which are filed away in Washington and so old that they could not at first be found in response to a Freedom of Information Act request, provide some answers, but also add to the mystery. Witnesses have died and evidence is gone. Newspaper accounts bear witness to the disaster, but offer few clues, end quote. So, what happened to the plane? Some sources claim that this incident may be the first proven case of sabotage in the history of commercial aviation. The explosion, based on accounts online, was caused by a bomb with nitroglycerin as more than likely the explosive of choice. This explosion reportedly took place in the baggage compartment in the rear of the aircraft. According to Wikipedia, the FBI, aka the Federal Bureau of Investigation, got involved, and they reported that everything in front of the baggage claim was thrown forward, while everything behind the baggage compartment was blown backwards, and the things at the side of the baggage claim were blown outwards. potentially meaning the bomb would have been placed under the guise of luggage during the flight's trip. But who would have done this and why? What was their reasoning? Well, those are questions still being asked to this very day. Well, Wikimaniacs, thanks for tuning in to This Day in History, which wouldn't have been made possible without the following resources: Wikipedia, the Time and Date website, NBC Chicago, Plane Crash Info website, Owlcation website, and the New Jersey website, and of course, our wonderful writer, Alex from the Weird Distractions podcast. Thank you again for writing that mystery, and hopefully you Wikimaniacs enjoyed it. And it wouldn't be a This Day in History if I didn't shout out the 102 patrons. Holy moly. Thank you guys so much. I say this every time I get to do one of these, but we quite literally could not do this show, the amount of hours that we put into it, without your financial support. It helps us pay our great writer, Alex, and also our great editor, Christina. But yeah, you guys are helping us pay for the great people that help us make this show. We can't thank you enough. So without further ado, shout out to all of you guys. I'm going to go one by one. Here we go. Shout out Linnea, Witty, Sarah, Selena, Karina, Hugh, Evelyn, Christine, Pixel Momiji, Kite, Heather Lowe, Caitlin, Kelsey, Andrea, Julian, Aaron, Kawina, Renee, Apolline, Rhonda, Stephanie, Rhiannon, Christine, Juice Machine, Kate, Caroline, Rihanna, Maria Elena, Neen, Amanda, Adam, Jacqueline, Michelle, Allie, Ashley, Cicely, Haley, Brittany, Little Rossi, Saskia, Andy, Sky, Lucilini, Amber, Reed, Noah, Itzel, Nelly, Sasha, Megan, Caitlin, Casey, Ringo, Paula, Dan, Rochelle, Carrie, Barry, D, Katerina, Jen, Elizabeth, Corey, Carter, Amber, Dominique, Marine, Chantel, Tiffany, Risa, Kieran, your girl Diana, Catherine, Diana, Erica's Lena, Nia, Jen, Crystal, Danielle, Michelle, Alexis, Jasmine, Miss Doolittle Crew, Mary Ann, Sarah, Free Gnomes, Susan, Phantom Fox 98, Dan is Spooky Teals, Blue Rena, Katie, Ileana, Micah, Valentina, Alex, Taru, Aaron, Gabby, Lindsay, and Vina. Thank you guys so much for keeping the show afloat. And if you want to be shouted out, and if you want to see the Hot Ones episode that is coming out soon, I don't know when, but it will be on the Patreon. You can join and become a patron at patreon.com/cultivate podcast network. The links in the show notes will have our Patreon link, so you can find it there. And if you can't be a patron, or if you straight up just don't want to be a patron, that's cool too. But you can help support the show by continuing to listen. Thank you guys if you made it this far. And also telling your friends about it or giving us a 5-star review. All of those things are very helpful as well. So thank you guys for listening this far in. I'll get back to the regular episode. See you later. Bye. And that was This Day in History. Thank you, Alex, for writing. Thank you, patrons. I listed all of you guys. I'm sure I did that. For being you and for helping support the show financially. We could not do a lot of this without you guys. So thank you. Also, thank you, Christina, for editing, specifically for editing this episode. It was a mess. And
it was a crapshoot, our first one back.
Yeah. But yes, thank you, Christina. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, patrons. And thank you, non-patrons, for listening this far. If you want to find more of our show, the show notes has all the links to all of our social media, all the Discord, subreddit, Twitter,
Sean's Venmo,
etc.
sometimes.
Yeah, my Venmo is sometimes in there. Again, if it's not, it's at SEANSNTPOD. Please, if you want to see Josh shirtless in all of his glory, send more than 1 cent. All right, well, that's it for this episode. We'll see you guys on Friday. And next week, the return of John, aka all three of us together. Can't wait.
We're better as a tripod.
Oh, and we're better
wait.
than the tripod.
Then the tripod, because we don't cheat on our significant others.
We don't cheat on our significant others. Oh, Ned, get it together. This is going to be old news by then. I also completely forgot they existed. And that's not on them.
So
but
much
I just
stuff.
forgot about BuzzFeed in general. It's crazy the chokehold that BuzzFeed had on us for like about 2 to 3 years.
I mean, they still, Sienna still does the quizzes. Oh, God.
Oh, man. Well, that's it for this week, guys. We'll see you on Friday. Love you. Bye.
Bye. Expert in fucking, I don't know.
Great power. For the fifth time, it's your boy Sean.